we are looking into the contemporary sociological theory, and we don't have a very clear demarcation with respect to the date. When does it start? Usually it starts with the period of, let's say, Talcott Parsons, and that might be, let's say, somewhere in the 1930s. So classicals mostly focused on the challenges of social order and social change. So they were looking into the various forces which were producing change, just like the, let's say, Industrial Revolution, French Revolution, and other things. So those changes actually created disturbance in the existing order of the society. They were concerned with those kind of things. So period of sociology, it could be considered as something clear-cut from the time when this was considered as a discipline in the colleges and the universities. In other words, you might say that it was institutionalized. It had become part and parcel of the teaching discipline. Still, we see that at that time, when the sociologists tried to make this discipline as an institutionalized subject, they were still continuing with the dynamics of society with diverse approaches. So we see that they were still looking at changes, social order, what brings change, how this change brings order or disorder, and its, let's say, resulting problems. So we see that with the contemporary sociological theory, we come across lots of diversities. So here we come with sociology with the, let's say, specialized field. Not only a specialized field as it is, we see that this discipline is further subdivided into, let's say, subfields. So breaking this discipline into subspecialties may be considered as one of the features of contemporary sociology. And also, when we say that it has become, let's say, diversified and it covers variety of ideas, then we can also say it has become very broad in its coverage. So they have tried to, let's say, bring and build new bridges with other disciplines. So not necessarily that it is so, let's isolated kind of approach to the realities of society. They try to borrow material from other disciplines. They are trying to follow the interdisciplinary kind of approaches. So we come up still with the macroscopic kind of studies of structures of power, production, and trade. And they try to look at these structures and the power and the trade at the international levels. So when we look at that, a variety of levels of analysis might be, let's say, preached or advocated, and thereby we can say there is no single theory or one particular perspective which is dominant. This is the result of the diversification, and maybe lots of sociologists have come into the field with the particular training in sociology, getting degrees in sociology. So we see that variety of contending and contemporary perspectives are there, and they try to make the subject of sociology as interdisciplinary when they draw, let's say, the material or the help or the knowledge or the theories from other disciplines.